words kill me, I don't need a new word under you. Soon you will know, we already know the smell of the game. Do you know who you are when you speak your words? Don't sound like your own. You're trapped in the toxic created by this world. That is who you are. No standards will say guidelines must be kept from time to wake up. Gravity keeps us from the ground. That is bullshit blazing, still my heart is blazing. If I lose my wings, I don't need a new word under you. Can't feel a thing, we already know the smell of the game. Remember you are blazing, still your heart is blazing. If the world made you, I don't need a new word under you. Soon you will know, we already know the smell of the game. What am I? What am I? What am I? What am I? What am I?
Mankind knew that they cannot change society, so instead of reflecting on themselves, they blamed the beasts. But they found beauty in the lives of beasts and couldn't lie to themselves about it.
I'm just a small part of the world, but no one can break me. Can't you see I'm blazing? Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new word over you. My tribe is my word. Your words will never make me disobey. That is bullshit blazing. Still my heart is blazing. If the words kill me, I don't need a new word over you. Soon you will know, we already know the smell of the, know the smell of the, know the smell of the, know the smell of the game. on the track for a little greenback. Got to find just the kind, or I'm losing my mind. Out of sight in the night, out of sight in the day. Looking back on the track, gonna do it my way. Out of sight in the night, out of sight in the day. Looking back on the track, gonna do it my way. Looking back. Looking for some happiness, but there is only loneliness to find. Jump to the left, turn to the right. Looking upstairs, looking behind. Yeah. Looking for some happiness, but there is only loneliness to find. Jump to the left, turn to the right. Looking upstairs, looking behind. Looking back on the track for a little greenback. Gotta find just the kind, or I'm losing my mind. Out of sight in the night, out of sight in the day. Looking back on the track, gonna do it my way. Looking back on the track for a little greenback. Got to find just the kind, or I'm losing my mind.
But welcome everyone to another episode of the Reservoir Slobs.
Hello. What's going on? I got nothing.
Oh yeah, I mean it's casual day. We're missing the small Norwegian child. Everything just feels awkward now.
He's so short. He's not even here.
Yeah, I mean we've got an Amber Alert out. If you've seen the stream title, little bastard. I think we lost him in Walmart. He said something about a van, white, had free candy painted on the side.
Yeah,
I wasn't paying attention.
that's never a good sign. Well, he'll either make it back or he won't. I don't know, but
Yep. And in honor of this being the casual stream, since we're down a man, I'm in this Hawaiian flower t-shirt with the suit.
yeah, I'm still in the same thing because I don't have any casual shirt to wear.
Rat's a
besides
terrible
this.
coworker that just frowns at Casual Friday and then shows up in like full gear anyway. I'm working, I can't be casual.
Yeah, it's supposed to be professional here. It's not supposed to be casual. What are you doing?
Yeah, we're professionals, sure.
Yeah, we're professionals.
Anyway, let's see. Welcome everyone from the chat. We've got K Shull, that bastard, the smoking rats down in there.
Yeah.
Chat Mort, welcome. Angry Froman, who's booped us and runs away. And Jay Cobalt, who says hello to Smoking Rat. Apparently it's been a while.
Yeah. For some reason, I don't know why I don't recognize the name, so, yeah.
Well, then it's probably been a while because, well, I don't know, at least 2 months you have a terrible memory.
That's true. I don't know. It's not a username I'm used to seeing, so I don't remember it, but that's just because I'm dumb. I don't know. But, yeah, so we're down a small Norwegian child. And
Yep.
It's casual day, and I'm not casual, so Yeah, everything's working real well, isn't
Yep.
it?
Yeah, everything is so perfectly mapped out for casual stream that I have to point out that if you do donate to the link below on the Streamlabs, Blackout's the only one with access to that, and he keeps forgetting to send me the link, so we will have absolutely no idea you've done it, and we apologize in advance for that.
Yeah,
Which
that's
leads us into the next point. Our last stream, because Blackout forgot to bring it up because he was on vacation at the time. We had a donation from Eric Pug, and we would like to very much thank him from all three of us for that donation.
yes. Thank you very much, and from Blackout as well, who forgot to mention it. Just yeah, professionalism, right on display for all to see. It's great.
Yep. And welcome Hammy X18.
That's a clue, Jay Cobalt. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, all right. How's it going? Yeah. So, suppose we should talk about the movies we watched, huh?
Yeah, we haven't taken in anything particularly new here of late. And that's not true. I mean, over the last 2 weeks since we missed the last one, we did watch an animated movie, which I think we'll save actually talking about that to when we have Blackout back for a proper stream.
Yeah,
Because that was a good movie. In the
was.
meantime, if you want to watch it, it's Motherfuckers, or MFKZ.
Yep. Yeah, not what I was expecting. I was a little late coming into that, and I had no idea what was going on, but within 30 seconds, I was like, can you pause this? Because I just have to say it's amazing so far. It caught my attention real fast. I liked it.
Yeah, I think you came in during one of the chase scenes, and it's a really good chase scene.
Yeah, it was really good. The animation was awesome. So,
French studio, I believe, was behind that one.
well,
Or no, it was Studio 4C and Indian Company.
Okay.
I think
Still, it was really good. It was really good. So, I don't remember what we watched after that.
Let's see, we watched that, and I don't remember.
See, yeah, my affliction is spreading.
We ended up talking for a long time after that one, so
yeah, we did. So maybe we didn't watch one. That's
we might not have, and that might be why I don't remember watching one.
But yeah, this week we watched a couple of movies.
Two action comedy romances, technically.
Yeah, we watched Mr. Right and what was it, Wicked Target?
Wild Target.
Yeah. Or Wild Target, not Wicked Target.
Yep.
Wild Target, that's right.
And welcome, Eric Pug. And since you're actually here this time, we would like to thank you for your donation on our last stream. We did not have the Streamlabs pulled up at the time, so we had no idea that it happened until after the show. And again, we have no access to the Streamlabs at the moment to know that if anyone sends one. So do bear with us, please.
Yeah.
But we watched Mr. Right, which starred Sam Rockwell, Anna Kendrick, Tim Roth, and the RZA.
Yep.
And then we watched Wild Target, which stars Bill Nye, Rupert Grint, Martin Freeman, and I can't think of her name.
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt, thank you.
Yeah.
Both excellent movies.
Yeah.
We'll start with Wild Target because I think overall that one was the lesser of the two.
Yeah, I thought so. It still ended up being an all right movie, but the setup for it and how does it? I mean, it starts off. It's following Bill Nye, who's an assassin. He's like the top assassin right now or whatever, and lives a very proper, rigid, strict, sticks to this ritual regimen of things, and he's
almost prim British to a T.
Yeah, it's a very sterile life almost. It's really, and it's good, but then he ends up getting a contract against Emily Blunt's character. He has to take her out.
Yeah, She basically pays a forger to copy a famous Rembrandt and tries to sell it to a crime boss, and then swaps out for the copy after he has it verified
You know?
for about £1 million.
Yeah.
And of course, crime bosses don't really like being cheated out of £1 million.
No. So naturally, takes out contacts an assassin to kill her. So
And in the process of trying to kill her and chasing her around town initially, um, Bill Nye's character falls in love with her.
yeah. Oh, hello, Blackout.
Okay, we can cancel the Amber Alert. We found
Yeah,
him.
he's not in a van somewhere. That's a good sign. So there we go.
Well, he could still be in a van. He could just have Wi-Fi.
Well, yeah, but how's he drive? I mean,
Who says he's driving?
well,
I mean,
he's either running the steering wheel or he's running the pedals. He can't do both.
look, Rat, grass, cash, or ass, nobody writes for free.
That's true. That's true. But no, the the setup for him having to, like, he's supposed to kill her, and they put another team on him, and he ends up like intervening and stopping them from doing it.
Yeah.
And there's just this level of, he thinks he's in the clear, goes to get her, and then the other gunman takes his gun. It's just, so it's a crazy sequence that ends up, in that moment, he basically ends up saying he's not there to kill them. Basically, like he tells.
He basically panics due to his emotions for her and can't kill her, and ends up being her bodyguard without telling her he was there to kill her.
Yeah. And Rupert Grint's character's there, who intervenes at one point, and he basically tells him that he's a private detective, and that he comments on how Rupert Grint made an excellent shot with no training, and like wants to take him under his wing and like teach him to be a private. Rupert Grint thinks he's going to teach him to be a private detective.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. And
yeah. I mean, the driving force behind this is Emily Blunt's character is just absolutely terrible through the first half of this movie.
She's riding her bike into places that she's not supposed to. She throws firecrackers to distract guards so she can ride her bike in through the entrance. And she just, almost like kleptomania, she just steals stuff.
The car, clothing. When they're filling up the car with gas to get out of town, she impulsively just starts stealing snacks from the gas station and gets caught.
Yeah, and that was. I understand why they did it. It sets it up for the movie, but they set it up so well with her being unlikable and like so just self-centered and doesn't pay attention to anything that Bill Nye's trying to help her. He's trying to help her, and she's not even paying attention to him at times. And it was so infuriating at the start of the movie. I was getting angry at her character.
She's almost a fucking child through most of the movie.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you've got the rest of the supporting cast going through dark comedy.
Yeah.
Because you've got this setup where it's there's a question as to whether or not Victor Maynard, Bill Nye's character, is actually gay because he's coming up to 55 and like hasn't had any girlfriends at all as far as we can tell.
Yeah. And it's hinted at that maybe he's not, maybe he is, and then it ends up turning out not. But
yeah, though I greatly appreciate the one scene they do when he realizes he's not gay. I don't want to ruin that one because it's just a great shock value scene on the comedy side, but
yeah, it was good. But yeah, they end up hiding out at his home, which is like all the couches, the chairs, everything is covered in plastic. Even like it's all covered in plastic, so it can't get dirty. And it's just he lives so just almost closed off and closeted off. Just everything is so sterile. And Emily Blunt's character just is like, I can't stand it. I feel like I'm going to turn into you. I don't like it, And she's through her and through everything going on, he starts to open up, and it changes. It changes him. He starts to. Oh wow! I forgot all about the parrot. The parrot
Yep.
was funny.
Yeah. The parrot from the beginning of the movie makes a couple of appearances.
Yes, it does. More than I thought it would.
Eric Pug points out he just figured out it's Bill Nye, not the science guy. Yeah, it's right. Not the science guy, Bill Nye. Bill
No.
Nye, the British actor.
Yes.
From
Excellent actor.
Shaun of the Dead, Rango.
He was Victor in the Underworld
Yep.
movies, even.
Also, Davy Jones and Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep. He's done a lot of stuff. He's good.
Oh, yeah. Excellent actor.
But where was I going? It just the only thing I would say about that is like her change in her demeanor from like being this narcissistic, almost childlike, annoying girl or woman. Just she changes and she actually becomes very considerate and nice, and there's not that much of a transition from one to the other. It's just almost like a scene cut. She just goes from being annoying to now she's nice.
And it's not like they change her personality any with it.
No.
Either. It's just more of how she's focusing it.
Yeah. And I appreciated the change because the second once that happens and that the movie is far more enjoyable for me. Her character initially is so insufferable.
Yeah.
I was just like, I hope she dies in this movie. I was so upset with her. I did not like her character.
Yeah, and meantime, you're held on through the rest of the movie by stuff like Rupert Grint shooting the guy's ear off in the bathroom.
Yeah.
After he tries to drown him, he's like, just try to find it and put it on ice, and they can reattach it at the hospital. Yeah. And he like slowly leaves the bathroom with the gun, and the guy's floundering around in the tub trying to find the ear, and then he leans back in. There's ice in the minibar outside.
Yeah. Those were good little bits. Rupert Grint was pretty funny in that.
I personally think it's the best role I've seen him in.
Yeah, it was good.
He really hasn't done a whole lot outside of the Harry Potter series that I'm familiar with, anyway.
Not that I'm aware of either, no. But this was good. I enjoyed it. I just wish that he would maybe do more so we could see more.
Mm.
You know? I mean, Daniel Radcliffe's done quite a bit of stuff other than that. So.
I think we've been intending to watch Guns Akimbo, which is Daniel Radcliffe.
Yep.
It's all right. Definitely an interesting idea.
Yeah, it was a cool idea. So.
And I've also watched Swiss Army Man, which is a really weird movie starring him.
I haven't seen that one.
So. Plot of that one is basically this dude ends up on a desert island, and Daniel Radcliffe's body washes up after, I think it's a plane crash.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, because he's stuck alone on this island for, I think it's months, he pretty much starts thinking that Daniel Radcliffe is talking to him, even though he's a cadaver. And he's, using Daniel Radcliffe's body to do things, as tools and stuff. So Radcliffe's, pretty much his Wilson.
Yeah, it is. It's like he's Wilson.
Even going so far as using him as a sort of raft speedboat thing to get back to land when the gases in the body start to build up.
Oh no.
So basically he uses the gases escaping from his bowels to propel him back to land.
Okay, that's kind of ridiculous, but that might be funny. That might be funny.
It's definitely weird.
Yeah.
The other movie we watched.
Yeah. That was really. I mean, Wild Target was. I don't know. It ended, in my opinion, it kind of ended really abrupt. I mean, it ends and it wraps everything up, but it is really quick.
It only sort of wraps everything up because you still technically have the villain that hired them, even though they were using a car wreck and was in the hospital. He's still alive.
Yeah, that's true. I guess he could still come after him, but the other hitman that what was it, Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman.
They get him, or and that he ends up getting taken out. But other than that, it kind of just transitions with a 3 years later across the screen, and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's a funny scene with that. And, the part with the party where they're the birthday party, that was fun. Because just for the scene after when they're all passed out asleep, Rupert Grint is like in one of the plastic couch wraps.
Yep.
just
like
wrapped up
cocooned up in it.
Yeah, and then there's the cat, which was a white cat, but now it's pink.
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I'd say that was like a 6 or 7.
Oh, yeah, it was a good time.
If you can deal with Emily Blunt's character, you'll enjoy the rest of the movie.
Yeah, if you can get past that. If it hadn't been for you guys, I probably would have turned it off. But
Yeah.
Just because she was annoying me, but also, I mean, that was her character was annoying me. Like, I don't have a problem with Emily Blunt. That's just a sign to me that that's a good actor. They're portraying it so well that it's actually, if they can convince you that you really don't like that person you're seeing on screen, that they're doing their job as an actor, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way Emily Blunt could get away with being that much of a fucking nuisance.
No.
And still be an actress, so.
Yeah. So, yeah, that I will give it credit for that. Like, everybody played their parts very well, and it was convincing, so.
Welcome, Oral Seraph, who says it's a balmy 81 degrees Fahrenheit here. Good Lord.
Huh.
UK's hot today.
I guess. Yeah, it's about 80, 85 here, so it's
84 for me.
It's not bad for what it is for the time of year, but
for July, 84 is cool.
Yeah, I don't want 100-degree temps. I really don't want that to come back. So
yeah, I mean, that's what I'm used to down here in the South for this time of year is high 90s, low hundreds.
Yeah, no thanks.
You open the door and it's almost like a wall of heat.
Yeah, I prefer to be the smoking rat, not the melted rat or anything. I'd rather not turn into that. But no, that was pretty much it about Wild Target. It was pretty good. I'd say personally, I'd give it probably a 6 out of 10. Yeah. If she hadn't been quite as annoying and just pushing my buttons in the start, would have been a 7. But that's just me.
Yeah. And that brings us to our next movie, which is Mr. Right, with Sam Rockwell, Anna Kendrick, Tim Roth, and the RZA.
Yeah.
From
I did not.
2016.
Was it 2016? Really?
Yep.
I thought for some reason I thought it was 09.
That was Wild Target.
Oh, that was Wild Target. Okay, that's where I got it confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steamed Rat. No Steamed Rat.
Welcome, Brian Yoder.
Yeah, and welcome, Brian. No, I do not want to be steamed. No, thank you. But I didn't realize that Mr. Right was so recent. I thought it was older.
I'm pretty sure it was 2016.
Oh, that's okay. That's fine. It was, regardless of when it was made, that was a really good movie.
Yeah.
I had never heard of it. So.
Yeah, it kind of went just ignored. Okay, no, 2015. I was slightly off.
Oh no, you were off a year. But no, that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, I think it just got kind of eclipsed as like another quirky action romance.
Yeah, but there was there's quite a bit of comedy in it.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was a really, really funny movie.
Yeah, what's so lovable about that one is just how the situations never seem to play out the way you expect.
No, they don't. Like, at the very start, it's following Sam Rockwell just kind of dancing through a hotel lobby and making his way upstairs, and then he's just standing at the door and he's talking to some.
Yeah, like your first impression is that he might be a high class call guy.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, and he's just sitting there talking to her, and then it brings up the I was supposed to murder your husband type thing. And she's like, well, what are you doing here then? And he just puts on one of those little red clown noses on his face, pulls out a gun and shoots her. It's like
murder's wrong.
Murder is wrong. So he kills her and then dances away. And it's like, okay, that wasn't what I was expecting. What's going on here?
Yep. Which cues in Tim Roth's role, and that's Hopper, his former handler / friend, and this little merc team that's, I guess, ostensibly sent by the CIA to bring him in. And he just murks the ball in the ballroom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the ballroom, which is set up for a wedding, and
like they're in the van prepping to go in to get him, and they're being all tough guy. Yeah, let's get him. And Tim Roth's just sitting there looking at him. He's like, no, you guys go ahead. I thought you were professionals. And starts taking off his gear to sit there and just watch on the board as Rockwell takes all of them out.
Yep. Yeah, kills all of them. And does it? That's the thing that gets me is like, it's not, I mean, it's kind of unbelievable, but Rockwell's character just kind of dances throughout all of his like combat. Like it's like he just has this really fluid dancing, light on his feet kind of a movement. And it's just funny to me.
Yeah. And you've got Tim Roth and don't follow him into open places.
Yeah. Yeah. He's listening to it as it goes on, and the girl gets shot and he's like, oh, I kind of liked her.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
he's
funny.
over by the cake. If he's over by the cake, that means he's got knives.
Yeah. And then he proceeds to throw 2 knives and stab them. So.
Yeah. And then Anna Kendrick's character, basically, she's just a kind of goofy chick that setting up like a romantic day with her boyfriend, and he comes in making out with another chick.
Yeah.
Which is... I love the little bit there in that scene at the end, because she like takes the wine bottle off the table and goes to leave, and he's yelling at her out the door about how she doesn't do anything spontaneous.
No, and he says, "Where's your sense of adventure?"
Yeah, and then you just as it's about to cut away, you see the wine bottle fly back in and smack him in the head.
Yeah, that was good. That was her response to "Where's your sense of adventure?" Clink. It's like, that was good.
And it's so fast, if you're not watching, you'll miss it.
Yeah, you'll miss it. And then then it cut to her in a closet. Yeah,
she's in a closet, drunk and rambling about him being a cheating bastard.
Yeah, that was an interesting sequence, because her roommates are trying to get her out of there, and the one's like, I don't want to go in there. She's crazy, you know.
She looks sticky.
Yeah, she looks sticky. I was like, ugh, that just sounds bad. That was like all of the the setup for those characters was funny. Like, it started off on a really good note. I was already laughing and loosened up, ready to just watch the movie.
Yeah, like they're trying to drag her out. One of you hussies is getting fisted.
Yeah, it's like, oh no. She called me racist. You know, it's like, what? Why? You know, it was really good.
Or the scene after that when they're in the club and her friend's looking at her after she's drinking like her friend's drink she was bringing her. It's like, Jesus Christ. Oh, is he here? I knew this was a good club. I'm going to go find him.
Yeah. That was hilarious. Start going looking for Jesus Christ to dance with. That was funny.
And anyway, the two of them just meet by chance in like a convenience store, and he just decides to ask her out.
Yeah, just completely. And even I'm not being too creepy, am I? You know, and she's like, well, I'm thinking about running away right now. And he just makes more jokes and she laughs. And it's kind of a ridiculous setup. But
his character's just kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's kind of a standard Sam Rockwell character.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you've seen Seven Psychopaths, how kind of quirky and a little crazy his character is in that.
Yeah.
As a psychopath, specifically. It's the same sort of character. It's just, in this one, I believe the character is brain damaged after surviving a bomb explosion and
Hopper dropped a building on him.
Yeah. Yeah. Blew up a building and nearly killed him and gave him brain damage. Welcome,
Yep.
Disky.
Oh, hey. I think the chat's delayed or something on my end, or I'm lagging or something, because I'm not seeing that too often.
You might be a little bit delayed. I mean, I've got the actual, like, the fucking studio open.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
And I think that gets notification a little bit sooner than everyone else.
Yeah, it's okay. I just not used to having quite so much of a delay today, but it's okay. Because I'm like, where do you see Disky? I don't see Disky. And then 10 seconds later, there he is. It's like, okay. Moral support. I don't need moral support. I need, like, mental support or something.
Well, he just needs to be dosed up with drugs, probably.
Well, maybe. Anyway, yeah, they end up going on a date.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, normally you'd expect, like, they meet and, he's hiding the fact he's a basically assassin from her. No, he tells her straight off the bat that he's an assassin and on the run from people trying to kill him.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't mince words at all. He's like, yeah, I'm, killer on on the run, and
she doesn't believe him.
She just assumes he's joking. And they go on this date, and at one point there's a sniper tries to shoot him, and he ends up like he dodges bullets, but then he like dances and like twirls her in ways so she dodges bullets too, because he tries to kill them both.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's like, you want to get out of here? And they end up going dancing and having a really good time. And they end up going back to her place, and her roommate comes in, and he's like, hi, I know where you live now.
Yeah, I'm the crazy guy Martha met at the supermarket. I know where you live now, as they go into her bedroom.
That was just funny. That was a great line.
Because the roommate's like, well, fucking great.
Yeah, that's great. But they end up, everything's going really well. They end up going on another date, and he's like, notices another guy trying to kill him, and he's like, can you excuse me for a minute? I gotta go outside. And he leaves and gets in a fight with another assassin and kills him.
Well, it's the same one as the sniper, because it's the last guy from the ballroom
right.
who's pissed off that he killed the rest of his team.
That's right. I forgot that's what it was. But he ends up killing him finally, and then comes back in, is like, sorry, I was out in the parking lot, had to kill that guy. And she just laughs, and they move on with the dinner. And he's like, I'm hungry. Who you want to eat? Let's get something to eat.
And she's like, yeah, you must be really hungry after having killed that guy. And it's like, yeah.
Yeah. She just plays along with it like she thinks it's a joke. And then it's really not a joke, because he starts kind of showing her like the reason he's indoors, like he got this feeling that she can kind of do the same thing. Like he sees, it's like he almost has like
feels an underlying flow to things.
Yeah, it's kind of wishy-washy belief type thing, but he like the reason he's so good and light on his feet and can dodge stuff is because he thinks he has this perception of the undercurrent of flow, and he can predict where things are going to happen. And he feels like she could do it too, and he's like, you want to see something really cool? And then it ends up being like him playing with knives and throwing them, and it scares the shit out of her. And then he just keeps talking to her, but then he fires a knife at her, and she catches it.
Yep.
And it just gets weirder, because then she starts chucking him back, and he catches him, and then they're basically playing catch with throwing knives at each other.
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of a ridiculous setup, but it's funny. Like, it's done really, really entertainingly, and it's really funny.
Yeah, like you expect her to freak out. No, they're just tossing knives back and forth.
Yeah. It was good. And then, obviously the killers, it kind of goes into that, because the killers are trying to get Sam Rockwell's character to kill the boss.
Yeah. One of the guys, or the boss's younger brother, was up in Jersey when Rockwell's character assassinated a crime family there for trying to hire him. So what he does, you try to hire him, he kills you because killing is wrong. And they get this idea, him and Johnny Moon, there's like some gay undertones there between the two of them.
Yeah, kind of.
That they joke about at some points. Because Johnny Moon is just kind of this really weird, druggy douchebag kind of person. like lots
Yeah.
of leather, the tank top that looks like it's 7 sizes too big for him.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Um, but
Yeah,
they're trying to get the older brother killed by hiring Francis, which is Rockwell's character,
Mm-hmm.
and in some cockamamie scheme for the younger brother to become the head of the family.
Yep.
And meanwhile, the other brother that's like the crime boss there, because they're hiding out. He's got like an anger coach that keeps trying to get him to calm down, and he's like apologizing for yelling at people.
Yeah. But he obviously has some sort of he has anger issues, but he's trying to work on them. Apparently, it's kind of a goofy premise, but it's funny. And eventually, what is it? Tim Roth's character Hopper comes back in, and he's posing as an FBI agent who's hunting him down.
Yep.
And he's working with local, where they're in New Orleans, the
Yep.
New Orleans police. He's working with them to track down Francis, Rockwell's character, and get him because he intends to. I don't. They don't really. He doesn't really say what his intentions are till like
He
way
wants
late.
he wants to bring Sam back in to reprogram him and make him a deadly killer for the agency again, I guess.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, and he ends up in they find out about Anna Kendrick's character Martha, and it all kind of kicks off by them trying to go after her.
Yeah, because she sees Rockwell's character kill the cutout that comes to hire him for the crime boss.
Yeah.
Because they're going, he's like, I got a little 5-second stop I got to make, and he just guns the guy down on the bridge in the middle of broad daylight there, no problem, and goes to get back in, and she's freaking out, like, you need to take me home.
Yeah. And then she won't talk to him, and then she ends up, that's when she meets Tim Roth's character, and he explains how, oh yeah, this guy he's a real dangerous killer and all this stuff, and he kind of dances into situations with bullets and dances right back out, like almost like he's untouchable. And she's, eventually she has like a bit of a talk with Tim Roth, asking, well, I know he's dangerous, but am I safe from him, or what, and it's left kind of ambiguous. And then
yeah, because Roth's like, you're an asset to him.
Yeah, and you're also an asset to me, so you're safe. It's kind of left. It's kind of left like, I don't know. And then Francis or Rock. That's the thing. Up until this point, you don't know his name.
No.
Sam Rockwell's character, because he won't say. But he's like, I can't take it anymore. He's leaving a voice message. I'm coming over, and he goes to meet her there. He realizes he disables. He goes to meet Anna Kendrick's character Martha, but he's already taken out Tim Roth by surprising him with a grenade and tasing him.
Yeah,
So
a fake grenade.
So she opens the door to greet him because he says he's there, and he's dragging Tim Roth's body into the apartment. What are you
got
doing?
a bathtub?
Yeah, do you have a bathtub? Is he dead? No, he's just unconscious.
And she's just all sort of almost mopey, like, oh, okay.
Yeah. But then they start explaining what she's like, you're a killer, and this, that, and the other. And he told me that, and she calls him Francis. He's like, he told you my name? God damn. He's mad. And he goes over and just starts kicking the unconscious Tim Roth.
Yeah, his full name is Francis Munch. And he absolutely hates his name, as he said earlier when she asked it. It's like, I really hate it. It makes me angry. I don't want to tell you. And then Tim Roth's told him, and he just over there kicking the shit out of Roth while he's unconscious for it.
Yeah, it was good.
And the roommate comes out, and she's yelling at him like, oh my God, you've killed a cop. He is a crazy man. And he's like, I will shoot you in the armpit.
Yeah.
And she's just like, whatever, you're fucking psycho.
Yeah. He eventually gets fed up with her, and he just puts her in the closet. And he's like, you live in here now.
You live in here in silence now. It's like, I will not be quiet.
It's just funny.
So they're having the heart-to-heart about how, he lied to her. It's like, well, no, I didn't. And in the background, you've got the roommate banging on the closet door yelling to be let out.
You know, and then they hear over the FBI that like a whole bunch of more people are coming to try and get him. They're all like there's like a dozen guys coming up the stairs, and so they decide to run. And that's pretty much where they run it. Like he kills a few guys or takes them out, and then that's when he runs into the RZA.
Yep. Who plays
Steve.
Shotgun Steve is the character's name.
Shotgun
Because they give
Steve.
him this Elmer Fudd fucking shotgun to use that's like 100 years old, and the ammo is like 100 fucking years old.
I love that.
Like he's
loads
blowing
it.
dust off the fucking shell.
Yeah, I love it because he loads the thing up and he's sitting there with the gun. He's like, I look like Elmer Fudd with this thing. It's just funny. It's really funny.
And he managed to actually hit Rockwell a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. And Rockwell was kind of impressed with it. Like, wow, you actually got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, I didn't want to take the girl hostage. It didn't seem cool. And they strike up this sort of strange friendship over this.
Yeah. Yeah, they end up being cool with each other, basically. And Rockwell and her kind of escape, and everything. They're
And then
having kind of a standoff.
The little brother shows up, and that was a great scene because he pops one of the guys, and then they're going on this spiel about, maybe he was your buddy. How's it going to be, with his parents at Christmas, or maybe he had a family with kids, and Anna Kendrick's like, maybe he had a cat, and starting to look sad. He's like, yeah, maybe he had a cat. Who's going to feed his cat now? And one of the guys they hired puts the gun down on the table and just runs off.
Yeah. Hey, we the little crime boss's brother's like, hey, we paid you for the whole day. The guy just keeps running. But he ends up taking a bunch of them out, and then Steve jumps back in and surprises him. That's where Steve gets him again.
Yeah. Catch him surprised with a baseball bat. So they kidnap Anna Kendrick's character.
Yeah.
Because they want Sam Rockwell's character to show up at the crime boss's base and kill the older brother still.
Yeah.
Because, that's how that's going to work out. You're going to kidnap the girlfriend, and he's just going to show up and kill only the crime boss you want out of the way so you can be in charge, and not kill you when he knows your face now because he recognized you from the previous job.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a ridiculous premise in some regards, but it's still so funny.
That's the great thing about it is they're pointing out that this is the stupidest plan they could come up with.
Yes.
The little brother and Johnny Moon. It's like, y'all are idiots.
Yep. Yeah. At one point, even when they go to talk to Anna Kendrick's character when they've got her taped to a chair, she starts mocking them. Like, is this like a long, really long, boring, like
suicide plot?
Suicide plot? And he just slaps her again, and she just keeps laughing.
Yeah.
And he kicks her chair back and smacks against the wall, and she's really seems really hurt. He's like, how do you like that, huh? What do you think of that? And she's like, you're motivating me. She starts getting really excited and happy about it. It's like,
because if he doesn't kill you, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, it just gets ridiculous.
Brian Yoder, we're talking about the movie Mr. Right.
Mm-hmm.
From 2015.
Mr. Right, yeah, it's a good movie.
And honestly, I would consider this one of the real portrayals of a badass female lead.
Yeah, it was good.
Because she does do what she says after she gets free. She kills Johnny Moon and the little brother.
Yeah, she does. She does. She kind of embraces the whole, I can do more than I thought I could. I don't have to be afraid. And she goes for it, and she kills Johnny Moon, and then she finds the brother, and she kills him too.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good.
Meanwhile, you've got Rockwell having a final fist fight with Tim Roth's character in the rain. That was a great scene.
That was good. I did like before all the gunfight in the crime boss's house, though. He runs into Steve, just hops the fence. Steve's there eating like
gummy bears and rolling a joint. He's rolling a joint and eating a bag of gummy bears, and Rockwell just sort of whistles, and he's sitting over there on top of the fence with the nose and a gun trained on him.
Yeah, and the RZA moves quick, and he's like, hey, and he thinks he's going for the gun. He actually goes to the bag of gummy bears and pulls out a red one and eats it.
Yeah.
And then they share gummy bears. He's like,
Yeah,
and
they're just having a conversation. Rockwell walks up, picks up the gun, and fires a couple of rounds into the windows to stir up the inside. And then they just sit there chatting for a few minutes and eating gummy bears.
Yeah, and I really like the green ones. And RZA's like, I like the red ones. Oh, good, we can share. You know, it's just really funny.
Yeah, the dialogue is fantastic throughout the movie.
Yeah, I love those little dialogues because it's so casual. Like it's like old buddies just running into each other, like, oh hey, how you been? You know, really good, and just light and yet there's gunfire and there's supposed to be this really tense atmosphere and it's not there. It's so just it's not what it's some subverting expectations.
Honestly, I haven't heard dialogue like this and done this well since probably Die Hard 3 with between Bruce Willis and Sam Jackson's characters.
Oh yeah.
Because they have really good repertoire going throughout that movie.
Yeah, and there's a lot of that in this too. It's really good. The dialogue's great. Like all the exchanges, even though they're kind of ridiculous, they feel really natural.
Yeah.
They do.
Like within the context, in context, it just feels perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, in context, indeed.
But really good movie. Definitely recommend Mr. Right. Overlooked Jim, really there.
Oh yeah.
I think Blackout, when we watched it, said that he looked into it some, and like people were comparing it to Wasted, plot wise, and no, it really doesn't compare to that.
No. I haven't seen a whole lot of different Sam Rockwell things. I mean, besides like Seven Psychopaths, I think the only is it Moon? Is it that Sam Rockwell?
I think so.
Or am I thinking of Dax Shepard? I could be thinking of Dax Shepard. I can't remember right now. But I remember I haven't seen him in a whole lot of stuff, but I've enjoyed pretty much everything.
Well,
I've seen
I mean, he was also in Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, he was. Oh, yeah. Oh, I forget that. Wow.
Because
yeah,
he plays the guy with no name.
Yep.
That's just afraid that he's completely expendable throughout the entire movie.
Yeah, that was good.
Let's see, and he was in Jojo Rabbit.
Oh.
Let's see.
I actually think he was a villain in one of the Charlie's Angels, the older Charlie's Angels movies.
Maybe.
I can't remember now. I don't remember the Charlie's Angels movies. I just remember seeing him at some point.
Oh, I forgot he was in Cowboys and Aliens. I don't remember much of that movie at all, honestly.
I don't either. I've seen Cowboys and Aliens.
Mort says Moon is Rockwell, yeah.
Okay, it is Rockwell, that's right. Okay. For some reason I was thinking it was Dax Shepard, and I don't know why. Honestly, I think it's because I watched Moon, and then for some reason I think I watched the movie Zathura afterwards. The space version of Jumanji.
Yeah, that's a pretty good movie.
If I remember right,
a little underrated, I think.
I think Zathura is Dax Shepard, though.
I believe so.
Why. I think that's probably why I confuse them. It just they got linked together as a memory, and I don't remember things well, so that helped. That's part of it. But or at least I don't trust my memory anyway. That's the thing. But
no one trusts your memory.
No, and they shouldn't. But no, I mean that they end up okay. Steve lives. All the bad guys die. Steve lives. Sam Rockwell lives. Martha and Anna Kendrick lives, and they're all just kind of like, yeah, we should go to the hospital. Hey, Steve, can you give us a ride there?
Mm-hmm.
And that pretty much wraps up the movie, except for several years later, where were they? Were they in
They were in
Vietnam or something?
They were in Vietnam.
Somewhere. Yeah.
And they were debating where to go next. Because apparently they're just traveling the world going to prehistoric dig sites because it's never really touched on, but she has this great apartment and everything because she actually has like a doctorate in paleontology or something.
Yeah, she does. That's right. It's not really touched on, but they're going different places to see different dig sites and archaeological things. But they're trying to decide, and she has to pick. And he's like doing a shell game thing. Okay, well, if you get the jalapeno, it's
Taiwan.
Taiwan, and then the other one was like Brazil, and she gets jalapeno. And then it cuts to a guy who's like looking through a scope, going to snipe, and he's on the radio and that. and he's locked in on Rockwell or Francis, and you see him just kind of messing with stuff, and he pulls out, like, he's got a weapon. It looks like a pen to me.
It is either pen or lipstick.
And then you see him messing with something, and he just holds up a sign, and the sniper's like,
yeah, because he like writes it on the food tray he's got.
Yeah, and he's like, should I take the shot or not? Or there's all this confusion, and Rockwell just turns and looks right at the guy who's aiming at him, and holds up a sign that says, "Where's the girl?" And he's like, "Wait, what?
We've been made. Where's the girl? Where's the girl?" And then it cuts right next to him, and she's there with the pistol.
Yep, she's there, and she kills him.
Yep.
And that's the end of the movie. It was a really fun movie. I thought it was great, and I honestly would give it like an 8. It was a really enjoyable time. I laughed at it, and if I'd been watching it alone, I'd have had just as good a time. It was fun.
Oh yeah,
really
definitely one of my all-time favorites.
I can understand why. I'd never heard of it though, so I like finding stuff like that when it's like, oh, I don't know anything about this, and then somebody's like, no, it's really good. You should give it a chance, and it blew me away. It was really good. It was just as enjoyable as like watching some of the other movies we've watched that blew us away too. I mean,
yeah.
I can understand why it's one of your favorites. It's really
yeah.
fun.
I mean, the comedy is almost really subtle in the overall take. I mean,
yeah.
It's not like big jokes or anything like that. It's just good dialogue that is so out of the ordinary from people's stances that it just flows.
I mean, that's kind of a thing that, in my opinion, it's kind of dialogue is kind of fallen by the wayside for big set pieces and action sequences.
Mm-hmm.
I like a movie with a lot of dialogue and well written interactions. That's fun. I mean, it's a nice breath of fresh air in a way, because it's something that used to happen a lot more. And
well, eventually one of the days we'll get used to sit down and actually watch all of 12 Angry Men.
Yeah.
Because that's a fantastic dialogue movie.
Yeah, I haven't watched that all the way through. I've seen parts of it, and it seemed interesting, but I didn't know what I was getting into, and I was like, no, watch
yeah, personally, I prefer the Lemon version versus the older Matthew Landau one.
Okay. I didn't even know there was more than one version. So.
Yep, there's 2. One was made for TV with Jack Lemmon.
Okay.
I want to say it was early 80s.
Oh, okay.
Because you've got...
that's a jury. Like, that's the whole thing with the jury, right?
Yep.
The version I saw was it was in black and white. It's
that
really
that
old.
was the Matthew Landau one, which is fantastic as well. It's just I think Jack Lemmon nails the character a little bit better, and it's a little bit more. It's a little bit less dated, or it doesn't date itself as much on his version.
Sure, I could see that. I just like I said, didn't watch enough of it. Didn't know what I was watching. Had no clue. I just stumbled across it once on TV and was like, no, I'm not in the mood for this. And moved on.
It's a really good bit of just it's you get 12 really good actors, stick them in a room, and make them actually have to act at each other. Yeah,
that
because I don't remember whether they have multiple set pieces for the Landau one, but the Jack Lemmon one, there's only 2 rooms throughout the entire movie, pretty much.
Oh, really?
And that's the jury room and the connected bathroom.
Okay. Wow. That's like a movie with two sets.
Yeah.
How often does that happen anymore?
Yeah.
You know?
And it's got a little bit more timely sort of points, because there's issues with they talk about issues with racial profiling and stuff like that in it.
Sure.
Because you've got I think one of them's Cuban, then you've got 2 black guys, and one of the black guys is like all Malcolm X, got the little African
Muslim?
hat.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was Muslim or what. So
No, he's got the African hat, and he's all anti-white, or at least he puts on the front for it through a lot of the movie.
Okay, I just wasn't sure because Malcolm X was a Nation of Islam, if I remember right. So.
And then got the Italian guy, which I think is one of the guys from The Sopranos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you know he's arguing back at them because he's taking kind of a racial stance at them, and
Oh.
you got Jack Lemmon trying to be the middleman in all this and just calm everyone down, and he's the only one that thinks the guy's innocent.
Oh, okay. Well, sounds like a fun. It sounds like something that would be interesting to watch.
It is.
So
It's
yeah,
something I
we
highly
definitely-
recommend.
We definitely need to watch it at some point, even if it's just you and me. I don't care.
Yeah.
I do want to see it.
But with that said, I think we've come to the end of our hour since it's turning around 3 my time.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
believe Ark is going to be running a stress test by himself following this, since
Just
Steam
overall-
is out of town.
Final thoughts on Wild Target? Would we recommend it? I mean, it was a
Yes,
good watch.
I
but-
would still recommend it. It's got excellent dark comedy bits. If you're a little bit more sensitive to just irritating characters like Rat, you might have trouble getting through the first part by yourself.
I would say, honestly, stick with it. It's worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth sticking with it. So.
But overall, yeah, good movie.
Yeah, it was good. I absolutely recommend fucking Mr. Right.
Yes.
Go watch that. It's really good time. That was a lot of fun. So that's pretty much all I had to say. I mean, yeah, you're right. Stress test is coming on with Ark. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Which if you grab the link for that while I sign us out here.
yeah, give me a second. I'll put it in the chat.
But I just want to thank you all for turning up. I know it's not our usual setup since we're lacking Blackout, and we might be trying a few more like this where it's just me and Rat when he's unavailable. So we've got a little bit more time between the two of us, and we want to kind of get things, you know, more fleshed out on the channel since it's still a new channel. But so thank you all for turning up and, you know, sharing us out when you do, or liking our stuff and turning up every week when just to listen to us ramble about movies.
Yep.
There's the link to Stress Test. Appreciate it, Rat. But
Yep.
yeah, on that note, I think we're going to get out of here. Thank you all for watching, and y'all have a good day.
Yep. Have a good time. See ya. Thank you.